Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this adventure, we are cruising down the Pacific Crest Trail on our way to Lake Gillette and Greenleaf Pond, near Stevenson, Washington. Along the way, we will travel through lush woods, experience the Pacific Northwest's version of sunshine, and enjoy both a nice backcountry lake and a strange, creepy forest pond. Because why not? All this and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings, and I'm back yet again on yet another adventure. And today I'm on the hike that almost didn't happen. Why did this hike almost not happen? You might be asking yourself, probably grammatically incorrectly, but it is what it is. Well, I'll tell you. I don't know if you notice, but it's really soggy out here. And here in the Pacific Northwest, well, it likes to rain. I mean, it rains in the morning, it rains in the afternoon, it rains in the evening, it rains all night long. It rains when it's supposed to rain, it rains when it's not supposed to rain, and it rains even when it's already freaking raining, and that's just weird. So, of course, it's raining, and I'm sitting at the trailhead in my nice, warm, climate-controlled vehicle, watching the torrents of Armageddon slosh onto my front windshield, and I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to get out of this nice, lovely, warm car and stand in icy cold death just to entertain the 2 or possibly 3 people that actually enjoy my videos? But then the more reasonable and artistic and logical side of my brain spoke up and said, of course you want to get out there into the frigid, cold, icy, wet death that is the Pacific Northwest to entertain the 2 or possibly 3 people that actually like your videos, because that's 2 or possibly 3 people that aren't going to be completely miserable for half an hour, might actually have some enjoyment and some happiness, and won't be awful and terrible like the rest of the damn human race. So logic and reason won out, and I decided that I was going to be heroic, and I was going to make a self-sacrifice for the entertainment of the 2 or possibly 3 of you, possibly. More specifically, today I'm on my way to something called Lake Gillette and the Greenleaf Pond. Apparently I get 2 bodies of water when it's, already Noah's Arking out here. But all of that is via our old friend, which we are literally standing right in front of. It's right there. The Pacific Crest Trail. A miracle of miracles, I actually managed to find the one stretch of Pacific Crest Trail that's not under 600 feet of snow right now. And for that, you're welcome. According to the logical fallacy that is all trails, this is going to be around a 6-ish mile hike. But as we all know, and you can say it with me, you can fill out your bingo card, or you can take your shot, whatever you do at this section of the video. As we all know, all trails sucks. So it could be 6 miles or it could be 600 miles. I mean, it's literally all trails roulette every single time I step onto a hiking trail and I follow that damn app. But that's not the important part of this introduction section. The meat and the potatoes, so to speak, of the introduction. When I got to the trailhead, there was literally no one there. Now, I sat in my car quite a while, sobbing into my steering wheel. In the process of sitting there, one other car showed up. 2 people and 1 dog got out. Backpacks on, the people, not the dogs. And they're now out here on this trail. Now, as you know, that's 2 people too many, and frankly, not enough dogs. What that means is, for all effective purposes, because I sat in my car and I've been trying to make this introduction for so long that they're probably literally to the Canadian border by now, I'm pretty much out here all by myself. I mean, this may become the absolute perfect hike. Because there may be no people. I'm not going to delay inevitable heaven anymore. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hike down this trail. We're going to get to Greenleaf Pond and Lake Gillette and wherever the hell we're going. We're going to ooh, we're going to ah, and because it's raining, there will be some complaining. I mean, don't worry. I can't make an Introverted Travels video unless I am bitching, whining, complaining about something. So if there's no people out here, no problem. I have reserves. I have backups. I have the weather. I have the general state of society. I have the fact that trees are true green. I mean, I'll find something. Don't worry. There will be complaining. That is my quality guarantee to you. I make good products here on this channel, and there will always be bitching, moaning, and complaining. So let's get going. Let's do the 600 miles or whatever it is that All Trails wants me to do. Let's avoid all people. Let's get wet, and let's entertain the 2 or possibly 3 human beings that actually watch whatever the hell this is. Yes, it wouldn't be a tranquil, peaceful, quiet hike in the woods without a bunch of ugly, badly spelled graffiti. I have yet to understand this. I mean, people do it everywhere, but I'm in the middle of the forest, and when I pack my backpack, I put in, you know, first aid, a GPS tracker, I put some water in there, I put some food in there, maybe a change of clothes, you know, stuff I need. I never think to myself, hey, I'm gonna go deep in the woods. I think I'm gonna bring with me the entire paint department of Home Depot. Because that's seriously what they've done. They've got like paint pins and spray paint. Half the time things are carved in, so they're bringing different types of knives, and I'm sure they're bringing in like a variety of knives to fit any situation, because the knife you'd use on a tree trunk like that is probably different than a knife that you'd use on whatever the hell this marker thing is. I mean, they know what they're doing. They've got the nuisance of public vandalism down to like a science, and they bring the appropriate supplies, and for the life of me, I don't get it. I mean, who does that? Do you come out here in the woods just to do that? Can't you find a Care Bear coloring book or something to scribble your stupid little crap in? Do you really have to hike 100 miles to get this? But alas, the people that do it have all sorts of logical pretzel arguments that they like to use, and no matter how much I rant about this, the scribblings of a bored toddler at a restaurant on a placemat after he's been given some crayons continues to show up in our public lands. I don't think I mentioned, because I just keep forgetting it for whatever reason, that I am in the Columbia River Gorge yet again today, because frankly it's like half an hour from my house and there's a lot of it out here. So I'm taking advantage, especially since it's half an hour from my house, and it's like weather Armageddon going on today, and I just didn't feel like driving 2 hours to get to something else really cool and risk, you know, floating away in the apocalyptic floods. But because I am in the Columbia River Gorge, I am hearing that clockwork train in the distance, chugging along. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I mean, it could be an Amtrak, it could be a Union Pacific train, it could be a Southern Pacific train, it could be a government train hauling flammable bomb-making materials and alien bodies, for all I know. Well, even though I'm in the spooky, you know, Bigfoot-infested woods, although I'm on the Pacific Crest Trail, so that gives me a little bit of comfort. But even though I'm out here in the scary, monster-cluttered forest, it is nice to hear that soothing, wonderful chugga down there by the Columbia River. Now, when I'm attacked by chupacabras and I'm torn apart, I'm sure the train will be going by and it will be so loud that nobody will hear my bloody screams, so it may work against me, but until then, I get the sound of dripping, water falling, wind rustling through branches, and a Union Pacific train
carrying government-created anthrax to go to a military base somewhere in California.
Natural wonders out here. I mean, it's all beautiful. No problem with the trees or the rain or the government-created anthrax. They all exist in harmony out here, folks. As usual, I think I've literally broken all trails. Mind you, that doesn't take much. All you have to do to break all trails is to try to use all trails. Just open the app and it's already broken. I mean, it came pre-smashed. So it's very, very easy to do, but...
Oh, there we go. Okay, so it was saying that I still had 6 miles left,
even though I've already gone 2 miles. But now it's managed to update itself.
It's showing where I am, so
I only have 2 hands, and so I can't really point, but
there's a little dot there on the topographic part of the app showing where I am. So I'm actually almost the turnaround point. I think it's right there. So
I am getting closer and closer, and I
think I even see one of the lakes through the trees.
You're not going to be able to pick it up here on a GoPro, but it's full of water. I don't really understand, well, a lot of things in life, but I'm not a huge fan of lakes because they're literally just water sitting there. I mean, yeah, they can be pretty and there's some cool things like fish and frogs, but it's just a hole full of water. It's nothing that I really have a desire to see. I mean, yes, you could argue that the ocean is just a really big hole full of water, but I mean, I can sail away from human beings on that. A lake I can just like look at and go, ooh, on, and usually there's people all camped around it. So that's awful, but hopefully that's not the situation today.
And hopefully,
well, I'm not gonna open my phone again because do we really want to look at all trails? I mean, I've seen a dismal, destructive mess in my life many times. I mean, I lived in California and now I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I know disasters, so I really don't need to open up my phone and see yet more disaster. Apparently, the planet has passed temporarily into an alternate dimension because,
yeah, the sun is out.
Kinda. It's behind a cloud, but here in the Pacific Northwest, that means it's a sunny day.
So I get sort of kinda sun.
But what I will tell you is that's actually a bad omen, because here in Washington and Oregon, when the sun comes out even for a few seconds to bless the peasants below it with its warming rays, that means the weather is going to get even worse in about 10 minutes. So
I'm expecting snow, I'm expecting hail, I'm expecting lightning, I'm expecting toads to fall from the sky. And already
the sun's starting to fade away because the clouds are overpowering it. I mean, that's just nature here in the Pacific Northwest. It is so volatile and doom and gloom here that the clouds literally have the power to overtake a giant galactic nuclear furnace. I mean, that's just what it is. Doom and gloom always wins here in the Pacific Northwest.
I mean, we see that here. We got fog hanging over the trees over there. We've got wind. Pretty soon we're gonna have icy spikes falling from the sky. There's gonna be like gods throwing thunderballs at me. I mean,
it's just hiking on a Sunday in the Pacific Northwest. It's not like it was in California. California was a little bit gentle, but here, no, it's pissed off, and it wants everybody to know that it's pissed off. But frankly, I live here, so I'm pissed off too, and I don't blame nature.
I mean, if you lived in this for 20 months out of the year, wouldn't you be pissed off too?
But yeah, I started this ridiculous long-winded word salad by talking about the sun. Apparently the clouds are moving away and the sun's coming back. I don't know. I can't take this up and down, right and left, bright, not bright, sunny, not sunny thing. It's too much drama for me. So
I think I'm almost to the lake. But yeah,
the weather's, well, the Pacific Northwest is Pacific Northwesting out here, and I can't tell you what it's doing because it's just doing what it does. there you go. There's a beautiful lake right down there. Now, it's tranquil, it's turquoise.
I mean, literally, I mean, that is a very blue turquoise lake. It looks clear, it looks wonderful. There's a goose flying on it. You see that goose? There it goes, right there. The Canadian goose right there.
So there's a murder bird down there. There's beautiful water. Now, I'm sitting here with my GoPro looking at this natural beauty, but unfortunately above me
are humming, buzzing electrical lines that are shaking in the wind.
So as I'm actually, they're making all sorts of weird noises. So as I'm looking at the beautiful natural wonder, I'm actually going to go down the trail. I really don't need electric shock therapy today. I mean, yes, it would probably help and there'd probably be an improvement, but I'm good. I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is with me. And my hiking is,
I'll get to natural, beautiful wonders.
I'll get all these beautiful, glorious things, but me being me, I'll always find the, oh geez, those power lines are all over the place. I'll always find that one thing that somehow makes the whole entire experience kind of suck.
And today, the threat of electrocution is
making it suck. So, as also the rain is starting to pelt down on me.
So we got beautiful lake.
We got buzzing electricity.
And we have
Armageddon storms. So, welcome to Sunday hike day. I'm lucky the freaking electrical lines aren't snapping and coming after me. Well, I don't know if you can see it on a GoPro through the increasingly thick rain droplets, but
that pole says natural gas pipeline.
So there's electricity, there's natural gas. Even when I'm out
In the beautiful woods, even when I'm out in nature, away from humanity,
there's still humanity. I mean, I've been told for a year now that if I don't want people, I should just keep going deeper and deeper in the woods. But unfortunately, in my experience, the deeper and deeper that I go into the woods, the more humanity I find.
I mean, yes, this isn't a human being, but this is the destructive awfulness of human beings right here.
Natural gas pipeline, because we have so many people that we have to continuously pillage the earth for its resources.
And put up ugly yellow metal poles that declare what we're doing.
So I didn't get electrocuted,
but now I might get blown up.
And it's pelting down rain. It's a metaphor for something. I don't know what, but it's probably for my existence. But I'm almost to this pond, which is my turnaround point. And I'm going to go and I'm going to say, oh, it's more water in a hole. And I'm going to turn around and go back because
I think I've had it.
I mean, there's gas pipelines, there's electricity, there's other people. It's just all terrible out here, and you're getting rained on. So let's go see whatever we can see with this pond, and let's get the hell out of here. It's wet out here. Who wants to be out in this crap? Well, this pond is much more indicative of today's hike. It's dark, murky, gross looking water. The wind is ripping across it. There's raindrops falling on my head. There's fireballs coming from, well, actually no, that part's made up, but
it's much more gloomy and gray and murky and gross out here than
the other lake was, and it's much more fitting to the experience that I'm having out here today.
Not only that, but over here we have, well, this is what I call Pacific Crest Trail leave-ins.
So at some point there were some of those ridiculously nutty through hikers that for whatever reason want to actually walk 2,600 and something miles from one end of the country to the other, from one country, Mexico, through another country, America, to a third country, Canada. I can't even speak to the psychology that goes on in someone's brain when they want to do that, but
this is their leavings. As you can see, at one point this served as a fire pit to warm the weary body of the Pacific Crest Trail traveler.
And they set it up right in front of the
really creepy, dark, gloomy, murky pond.
I wouldn't want to spend the night out here
Because I'm pretty sure there's creatures in there.
like the creature from the Black Lagoon, maybe swamp thing, man thing, whatever's living in there.
I'm pretty sure it's hungry and it eats human flesh.
But yeah, I'm at the end of the All Trails map. Speaking of things that eat human flesh, I'm at the end of the All Trails map.
It's well, it is beautiful out here. The forest is beautiful, the moss is beautiful.
The frigid rain dropping right on my naked bald skull, that's not as beautiful, but Pacific Northwest, it's kind of what it does all the time, every day, all day.
So I've made it to the pond.
This is officially the turnaround point.
And the one bonus is
There's nobody here.
yes, there's trail leavings.
But there's absolutely nobody here. It's just me ranting to you on a GoPro.
In the middle of the forest.
We can discuss the psychological implications of that another time. But yeah,
I've reached the end of the All Trails map, so I'm going to turn around.
And I'm going to go rant and rave back the way I came. Apparently I was wrong. I am not alone out here. I was just passed by two people. They were speaking in another language. They were going down the trail speaking to each other in French. And I frankly don't care what language anyone is speaking. What really bothers me is the fact that they're speaking to begin with, and that they exist. That is the most offensive thing. I don't care about anyone's ethnicity. I don't care about anyone's nationality. I don't care about anyone's gender or their orientation or their identity. I do care about their species, however, because they're human, and that is awful. But alas, as the weather apocalypse drips, the end of the world on my head out here, there's other people. But there's only two other people. I've barely seen anyone at all today. I've actually seen a total now of, and I don't have enough fingers, so this many plus one, so 6 people total. There, I can do math, it's official. And it's nice that I've only seen a couple of human zombies shambling through the forest, but still. And unfortunately, the 2 people that were speaking French still managed to get out a good morning to me in English. And there's no need. Just don't make eye contact with me. Look in the other direction and walk right on by. That, to me, is a universal language. It's a universal language of, you're a human, go away. And that's the language that I speak fluently. So, according to the abomination of technology that is All Trails, I am about 1.5 miles from the trailhead, and thus about 1.5 miles from my car, and thus about 1.5 miles from sweet freedom, and from my sweet ability to get in my car, go back to my house, lock myself in my house, and not leave until next Sunday. So yeah, so I think now would be a good time for us to do our trail rating. And remember, we rate trails on a scale of 1 to 10. It's an introversion scale, with 1 being the worst possible scenario for an introvert, and that's Disneyland on the 4th of July. And that is when Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald have revealed themselves to be an invading alien force. They have mined squids that they have released from their mothership into the Magic Kingdom, and those squids are attacking human beings, wrapping their tentacles around people's heads and literally mind controlling them and squeezing out their brains very slowly. At the same time, fireworks are going off, Fantasmic is on fire, the Matterhorn is collapsing, and churros are still $1,000 each, and you know, with tax, so it's just really, really expensive. That, with all the light, the noise, the commotion, and the really expensive churros, is introvert hell. The worst possible thing that an introvert can encounter. People everywhere, kids everywhere, alien Disney mascots everywhere. It's a complete nightmare, and that's a 1 on our scale, and that's introvert hell. Introvert heaven, aka introvert nirvana, as I like to call it, is the middle of a field in Antarctica with just you and your government-sponsored, genetically modified, sentient army of human-eating penguins. There's not a soul for hundreds of miles around, and those penguins are there to safeguard and make sure that it stays that way. You get ultimate solitude, you get ultimate aloneness, ultimate happiness, ultimate joy, and ultimate quacking, because you have a bunch of genetically modified deadly penguins that only recognize you and want to eat all other humans. So that's a 10 on our scale, and that's considered introvert nirvana, aka introvert heaven. So on that scale, this little stretch of the Pacific Crest Trail, this time of year, this time of day, gets about an 8. Unfortunately, I did see some other people. There were multicultures out here. They were speaking other languages, but unfortunately, they all had to say hello to me. And that's just wrong on every plane of existence. But I'm alone at the moment. There's nobody out here, except there's a weird bird thing making noise, but it's the Pacific Northwest. Weird bird things are gonna happen. This trail's been pretty serene. It's been pretty quiet. I will admit, I mean, it's almost winter, so it's not the prettiest that the trail has been in the summer, because I've been on this little stretch before in the summer. There's wildflowers and it's a lot prettier, but you can't beat the solitude. I mean, even in the summer, it's pretty quiet out here. So if you're coming to the Pacific Northwest and you literally want to get lost in the woods and possibly get kidnapped by a Bigfoot, this isn't a bad option. That leads us, of course, any talk about Bigfoot leads me to the misery index, which is a measurement of my misery, 1 to 5, with 1 being a complete fiction, that's no misery, and as you can see by everything I ever do, I'm always miserable to 1 degree or another, and a 5 being the worst misery possible. And of course, I always blow that scale apart, and I go from 5 to like 5 gazillion very, very quickly. However, today, because I've literally only seen, I think, 6 or 7 people, I'm at a 2.5, and I've been at a 2.5 almost the entire time, except when I encountered those 6 or 7 people. But yeah, it's nice out here. It's quiet. There's solitude. I have happiness, and I'm at the minimal I am for misery. I mean, it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's where I am on the trail rating. That's where I am on the misery index, and
this is where I am in the woods.
all right. So, according to the cyber abomination that is All Trails, I have about a little over half a mile left to the trailhead, and thus a little over half a mile left to my car. So I believe it is time for us to say goodbye. And really, it's just in time because
The foggeting has arrived,
and I want to say our adieus before the mist engulfs me and I end up in another dimension. So, before we go though, let's do a quick recap. Today, I was out on the Pacific Crest Trail, traveling to Gillette Lake and Greenleaf Pond. And, you know, along the way, we saw some beautiful forest, because there's beautiful forest all around here. We saw, unfortunately,
weird ass Pacific Northwest weather, but
we see that all the time. And we saw some great views, some beautiful lakes, some nice streams, some nice bridges, etc., etc., etc. So beauty was had by all, fun was had by all. But now it is time for me to say to you, stay introverted. Of course I'll see you on the next adventure.